Hey, it's Aaron, and today I'm going to do an interior walkthrough in a 2024 Kia Sorento. This is with the X Pro package, which is new this year, and there are a couple of changes in here, but not too much. Infotainment and driver information screen stuff changes, and a couple of other things, minor details. But for the most part, this is still the same. This is basically the mid-cycle, so the middle of this generation of the Sorento. Couple things that annoy me in this, I'll show them to you, but for the most part I really like this. I did a full walk around review of this vehicle as well, so if you want to know about drive quality and design and other things, that's in a separate video from this. So yeah, let's just get started. So we'll do what we usually do. We'll start on the left side. So you can see on the driver door, there are the window controls, mirror controls, etc. They're all pretty intuitive. Not a lot of explanation needed. This is the child door lock. So it locks windows and engages child safety door things so that from the back you can't pull this and open the door. Driver's seat memory is over here. This is the door handle. It's nice and big and chunky, and I like that. A lot of vehicles are getting to these tiny little confusing things that, or button pushes or something. It's just, yeah. This old school, just grab it and open it, robust feel is really great. Over here, first to the vents, you can see they're sort of, I don't know what kind of shape you would call that. But anyway, it's a cool shape and moves a fair amount of air. There is also a defrost vent up there. And then this particular one, this is harder plastic, but it's that sound absorbent harder plastic. So it's not like the really loud stuff. It's got a little cushion to it. Then you see the first, this is kind of faux wood that I really like in this package. It looks really cool with this brushed aluminum, so pretty neat there. Down here you have a couple of buttons. So you have your dimmer switches, you have your rear hatch opening right here, and your traction control right there. And then down there you can just see it, there is a hood latch opening. Otherwise nothing else down here except for the fuse box. Microphone's right in my face, I hope it's not too loud, but whatever. Steering wheel, big new Kia emblem, looks like the 9 Inch Nails logo kind of, but anyway. Over here you have most of your infotainment entertainment stuff. So this is the voice activation. This changes the mode of usually the stereo over there, and then you have your volume. By the way, the only volume knob in here, I'll show you that, one of my annoyances. And then up and down through the menus and push to select. Here is your telematics. It's just the telephone stuff. Pick up and hang up the telephones, basically that is. This favorites stuff. So, whatever you're into, show tunes, hard rock, whatever, you can favorite channels and songs and artists using this. And then you'll get little alerts on the screen telling you when that song, artist, etc. comes up. Over here is cruise control stuff. And some driver information menus, so it does both. So here is the menu selection. This selects what shows up on the driver information screen there in the middle. I'll show you some more of that in a minute. This is your cruise control. You activate it here, and then you can set on either one of these and then go up or down in mileage, and then you can pause and resume by pushing. This goes up and down through the menus up there, so it coincides with that button. And then this is your lane keeping assist. You can turn it on or off here. And this is for the adaptive cruise, the amount of distance you want between vehicles. Pretty intuitive once you're using it. You'll see like a car, a little graphic with a car and some lines, and the more lines there are, the more distance, etc. This has paddle shifters. Don't know why you need them, but there they are. Over here is your squirters and stuff. So washer wipers, pull it towards you to wash the front windshield, push it back to do the rear, twist this to run the windshield wiper in the rear, and use up and down and this, if I can get a look at it. Anyway, there's a toggle switch right here. There you go. That determines basically the speed or how aggressive the wipers are in the front. Over here, This dongle is your signal turns, because that's the order you should be using them in. Also your lighting, so you can see it's on auto right now, and then you can flip through the different lighting options. This is your fog lamps. It's just a toggle, so on, off, and then brights back and forth. So that's it for that one. Going to the instrument cluster. What you're seeing right here is pretty much the default. You will not see much else other than this. That center screen though, watch that. As I'm pushing that menu button I showed you before, you'll see this move through a few options. Now the ones that have lines like this, you can go up and down through those with the buttons, the toggle switch I showed you before. So menus are right here, up and down through those options right here, and there you go. Pretty neat. I really like this setup. I'm fine with not having dials, even virtual ones. Where's my finger? This is really easy to read. This is cool. You don't really need it for that much, but that's cool. If you're going downhill, I guess you care about what your RPMs are in an automatic, but most of the time you don't. And then you can see fuel over there, and engine heat and so on there. And then this is your gearing, and that's the outside temperature. So you get the idea. The little auto A there is a toggle switch I'll show you later that turns the automatic stop start on and off, and so toggles it on and off. And so that's pretty much what you're seeing here. You can change this somewhat. It is pretty customizable, I guess. Weirdly though, you don't make those changes. I'm flipping through here because I can't find it, but oddly enough, I keep going past. Oddly enough, you do not change it here, you actually change it over there. So if you want to customize this a little bit, that's going to happen on this infotainment screen. The screen is new, so this is bigger than it was before. What you're looking at is basically just a wider screen, and it's pretty, as far as I can tell, it is standard across the trim packages. So you get the same screen, I believe, on every single one of them. This one is split, and it splits by default most of the time. So it has maps over here and music over there, and then phone on the very end. You can move this stuff around a little bit, but here's my primary annoyance. So pretty easy system to use. I haven't had any problems with it. My biggest issue is I'm listening to the radio. Most of the time I'm in the car, I'm going to have the audio on. I'm going to be listening to something. I push on that and I want to like change the channel or do whatever. Now here's the thing. In order to see what song is playing, to see the artist and the song, I have to click to this, then to this, and then everything. So now I can see what's going on, but everything else on the screen just went away. Like the clock is really faint, and it's like I'm in this sub-menu pop-up, and it's annoying because this is the only way I can find to see what song and stuff are playing, and so a lot of times I really want to see that. So especially if I'm like looking at listening to new stuff, or doing something listening to something I haven't heard before. One of my favorite shows, for example, is on Sirius 40 Liquid Metal. Ian Christie does, he calls it Sound of the Beast, but it's basically a deep dive into a specific kind of heavy metal. And a lot of those songs I've never heard before because they're like foreign bands or not well known or whatever. And that's the only way to see what the song is. You can't just have it on the screen. It's a real annoyance, and it's true of Kia and in some Hyundai vehicles. So, yeah, just a problem. But anyway, other than that, you're basically mostly going to be on this home menu, which is going to look like this, and then you can flip through, of course, and you can change stuff, find things, do whatever. Setup is where you're going to change that driver information screen, for example. It's a pretty easy, nice setup. I mean, look how clear this is. It's just great. Now let's go down. You see your Duke's lights there for when you got a hazard. And then vents here. So pretty simple. That closes it, that opens it, and then you can go up and down and whatever. Same with that one. This looks like it should be a volume knob. It's not. This is a temperature knob. So you turn the Climate controls on and off with that, and then you can go up back and forth for temp, and then you can see where the defrosts and other stuff are located. Over here is the sync button, which makes that one moot because both of them will be the same temperature, and you can manually control like fans and whatever right here. So not a volume button. First couple times you reach for it and turn it by instinct, you're gonna find that out. I don't know who came up with this, but yeah, anyway. Down here you got bun warmers and coolers, same over on the other side. In there you got a whole bunch of USB stuff. So USB-C, USB-C, and then your key charger indicator here. There's a wireless charger. Whoops. There's a wireless charger right here. This will tell you whether or not it's on and active. This tells you, see, you can flip back and forth between what you want this to be. Just to charge, or you want to connect with data from that one. So pretty neat there. There is room here for 2 phones if you want, which is kind of a nice setup. Now, we get to the shifter. Hold on, coffee mug first. Ah, yeah. Anyway, we get to the shifter. You can see it is the standard Park Revision Perned, right? When you have it all the way down here, you can push it over, and now you're in, let me see if I can get a visual on them, barely. Now you're in manual shifting mode, where you can shift with this or with those paddle shifters up there. Otherwise it is an automatic, a 9-speed I believe. Couple of drink holders, regular size, nothing special. Over here's a good spot. Right now it's for my lens cover, but there's a good spot to throw some keys. If you have a smaller phone, you can set it in there, that sort of thing. And then you have your 4-wheel drive controls and drive mode controls. So you twist this to go through these drive modes. You can see you have Eco, Sport, Smart, Normal, and Snow mode. And then you push the middle here, and that locks that center differential and puts you in all-wheel drive. Good to know where that is. Steering wheel heat, hill hold right here. Also, I like to call it launch control. That's not really what it's for, but hill hold right there. Hill descent control right here. And then this is what I was talking about earlier. This toggles the automatic stop start on and off. So if you have that, if that light is on, it's off. If that light is not on, it is on. I know, it feels backwards to say it, but it makes sense if you're just looking at it. This is your parking radars. You can turn those off like that, turn them back on like that. So if you're going through a drive-through or a car wash and it's making a lot of noise, you can just turn it off like that and then turn it back on as you get going. It turns on by default. So if you forget to turn it back on, you park the car, you get out, you go in, you come back out, you start the car back up, this will come back on by default. Down here is your camera view. So you can push this to get camera views up there. I should just actually do it, right? Yeah, so there you go. And then this is the parking brake. Push down this to release, pull up to set. Pretty simple. Then you have this little cubby here where you can drop a phone if you really want, but it might flop forward, but it sideways works really awesome. My kid's been putting his phone there when we're driving around. And then right here is your storage box. It goes down pretty deep, has this movable, or removable anyway, tray. Decent amount of storage in here. It's a good size. Looking at the seating, this has the full leather package. It's part of the X Pro. Really cool. I like this kind of herringbone looking thing going on here. And the vents. These are heated and vented seats, so very, very nice. You can Anyway, there is a drink holder in there. It will hold a standard water bottle, but nothing larger. And then the rest of this, you can see the layout. I really just like the look. It's just an upscale look. It just feels good. It's kind of a suede on the top and kind of a nice look. Going back to the back seats, this is a 3-row, and you can see that the second row is captain chairs. The third row is occasional use. This is not a full-size vehicle. This is a mid-size vehicle. And then this has a panoramic sunroof hidden under that cover. The back seats have drink holders in the doors, and on the lower and upper portion, and then the third row has a little storage thing and drink holders. I'll show you photos of all of this, plus the cargo area and etc. So that's pretty much it. That's the interior of the 2024 Kia Sorento. I really like it. Nice ride, feels really good, etc. I don't like eco mode because it's so sluggish to get going, and it's already kind of sluggish anyway, so eco just makes that feel worse. Once you're going, it's fine. There's about 190 or so, I think it's 191 horsepower out of this engine. It's a little four-cylinder, but it's just about the right size for this vehicle. Very well done overall. Just a couple of nitpicks, things that annoy me, but that's it. And that's, to be honest, this is a very nice three-row. There's a good mid-size. I think it's a great entry for this market. So yeah, that's it. That's what I got. This has been Aaron. Talk to you again soon.